This is Estelle, and you know I got soul.
Alright, Estelle, so you briefly touched on your new project a little earlier. Can you kind of introduce us to the project and the sound of it?
Absolutely. My new album's called Sheeran. I'm so excited. It's my first baby on my new label called EST98. We did an album. We set out to do an album based on the 4 parts of what happens when you break up with someone. So we grouped it into themes: passion, the BS, courage, and true romance. It's kind of the idea of if you go through being passionate, you go through getting yourself on either side of courage, on the either side of the fence of courage, and dealing with all your bullshit, you might end up with some true romance. So it's like working through all your stuff. You know, you might be passionate about something, but be passionate about the wrong thing, and you need the courage to fix yourself. You know, so this is what we set out to do. It's very real. It's nothing light. It's very music is real. You know, you feel it. You know, everything feels like a drama. So I'm excited for it. It's out in September. I'm super hyped. It's gonna be good.
And this is your first album going independent since you went major. So can you talk about the transition and the work that you've had to put in?
The transition isn't, and especially nowadays, everyone says, you know, the independent's major. I'm like, it's more or less the same thing. Because I've always felt like an independent when I was on the major, and now we're back on our label. It's, you know, we're kind of an indie major-ish. You know, we're on BMG Sony, so it's kind of like we're still backed by a major of sorts, but we control it. You know, it's kind of like when Jay-Z had Rockefeller. That kind of thing. So it's not so much completely independent more than it is just way more control for me, which is something I've wanted and needed. You know, we do so much work ourselves, me and my team. It's like, well, we're not being paid for it. We ultimately don't have the final say, well, now we do. You know, so I'm really happy that we have it, and I'm excited to be one of the first girls to do it, be a trailblazer.
And who have you had a chance to work with on this album?
Oh goodness, loads of great producers. We've been I'm the best voice for features, so I've been working with great producers. I've worked with Justice League, Shakespeare, who did a lot of like Destiny Child early stuff and things like that, and this new group from Baltimore via LA called Best MC Group, who are just amazing. And a guy called D. Smith who produced the first single I did called Make Her Stay. So you know, like we've done a lot of brand new producers, and a lot of like well-established great producers. So I'm excited for this.
Cool. And lastly, the UK right now has the re-emergence of the soul. A lot of pop success over here. Do you see yourself fitting into that, or is
I feel like I was one of the godmothers of that whole movement. You know, me, Amy Winehouse, the Adeles, you know, like those girls, we all came out super early before, you know, the Jessie J's and all those. And I'm just happy to still be here, still be relevant, still people still care, and still make music that influences them. You know, when I go home, I get love. It's like, oh, if you didn't do it, we wouldn't be here. You know, so I don't feel crazy about all the steps I took and the amount of energy we put into making sure that we were known here in the States. Yeah, I feel good.